The year is 1983. In the tranquil German countryside near the village of Talheim, construction workers stumbled upon a chilling secret, a mass grave dating back over 7,000 years. What they found would forever change our understanding of prehistoric human behavior. The Talheim death pit, a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for brutality, became a crucial site for understanding the darker side of our prehistoric past. This discovery was not just an archaeological find, it was a window into the violent conflicts that shaped early human societies. The pit contained the skeletal remains of 34 individuals, men, women and children, all brutally murdered. The sheer number of victims and the manner of their deaths painted a grim picture of a violent episode in history. Their bones bore the chilling testament of a brutal massacre, each skull shattered by blunt force trauma. The evidence suggested a coordinated attack, leaving no one spared. This wasn't a peaceful passing, it was cold-blooded murder. The forensic analysis revealed that the victims had been struck down mercilessly. Their lives ended in a violent frenzy. The discovery forced archaeologists and historians to confront a disturbing reality. Violence was woven into the very fabric of human existence. It challenged the notion of prehistoric communities living in harmony. The Talheim death pit became a stark symbol of this ancient savagery, a chilling testament to the brutal reality of prehistoric life. It serves as a haunting reminder that violence and conflict have been part of the human story for millennia. The quaint village of Talheim became an unlikely epicenter of archaeological investigation. Word of the gruesome discovery spread quickly, drawing a team of experts to meticulously exhume and analyze the skeletal remains. The excavation site, a grim tableau of prehistoric violence, was painstakingly documented and studied. Each bone fragment, each shard of pottery, whispered tales of a tragedy millennia old. The pit, a shallow, oval depression, measured roughly 3 meters in diameter, containing a jumbled mass of human skeletons. The forensic evidence was chilling. Almost every skull bore evidence of blunt force trauma, and some skeletons had arrowheads embedded in their bones. The rest were children, some as young as 6 months old. The skeletal remains painted a horrifying picture of the massacre that took place long ago. The victims were discarded, tossed haphazardly into the pit like refuse, without any dignity. This callous disregard for the dead spoke volumes about the brutality and savagery of the attack. The forensic anthropologists noted the systematic and methodical nature of the killings. The blows to the head were precise, delivered with brutal efficiency and deadly intent. The presence of arrowheads embedded in some of the bones suggested a final, desperate act of defiance by the victims. Some of the victims had attempted to fight back, but their resistance was brief and ultimately futile against the overwhelming force. The victims of the Talheim massacre belonged to the linear pottery culture, named for their distinctive pottery adorned with linear decorations. These early farmers were among the first to adopt agriculture, clear forests, cultivate crops, and establish permanent villages. Their legacy is one of innovation and adaptation, transforming the European landscape. The LBK people were not warlike. Their tools and weapons were primarily designed for farming and hunting. Their settlements, typically unfortified, reflected a largely peaceful existence. The Talheim massacre stands out as a stark anomaly, a jarring interruption in an otherwise peaceful existence. As populations grew and land became scarcer, tensions may have risen between neighboring groups, sometimes erupting into violence. The Talheim massacre continues to fascinate and horrify us in equal measure. The motive behind such barbarity remains shrouded in mystery. Archaeologists have proposed several theories, each offering a glimpse into the darker impulses that may have driven our ancestors to such extremes. One compelling theory suggests intergroup conflict, with competition for resources escalating into open warfare. The Talheim massacre could represent a brutal raid, a sudden and devastating attack on a neighboring settlement. Another theory proposes a more sinister motive, ethnic cleansing, driven by a desire to eliminate rivals or secure dominance. The systematic nature of the killings lends credence to this chilling possibility. The Talheim death pit, while a chilling discovery, is not unique. This site, with its grim collection of human remains, offers a glimpse into the violent conflicts that marked the Neolithic era. Across Europe and beyond, archaeologists have unearthed other Neolithic massacre sites, each bearing silent witness to the brutality of our prehistoric past. These sites, scattered across the continent, tell a story of widespread violence and conflict. In the Orkney Islands, archaeologists discovered the skeletal remains of at least 10 individuals, their bones bearing the unmistakable marks of violence. This discovery adds another chapter to the grim history of human conflict. Further afield in the southeastern United States lies the site of Natchez, where a mass grave contained the skeletal remains of over 100 individuals, many bearing evidence of torture and ritual sacrifice. This site reveals the extent of violence that ancient communities could inflict upon one another. The Natchez massacre, like that at Talheim, speaks to the darker side of human nature. It reminds us that violence and brutality have been a part of human societies for millennia. These discoveries serve as stark reminders that violence is deeply rooted in our collective past. They challenge us to reflect on the causes and consequences of such brutality, and to consider how we can learn from these ancient tragedies. The discovery of the Talheim death pit challenges romantic notions of a peaceful prehistoric past. This mass grave unearthed in Germany dates back to around 5000 BC and contains the remains of 34 individuals, men, women, and children, who met a violent end. It forces us to confront the unsettling reality that violence is an enduring aspect of the human condition. The evidence of blunt force trauma and arrow wounds on the skeletons paints a grim picture of prehistoric life. The brutality inflicted upon the victims of Talheim serves as a stark reminder that the capacity for cruelty and violence is not confined to any one era or civilization. These ancient acts of violence echo through time, reminding us of the darker aspects of human nature. The study of prehistoric violence is essential for understanding the trajectory of human history. By examining these ancient conflicts, we gain insights into the social and environmental pressures that may have driven such acts. By confronting the darkness of our past, we can perhaps hope to build a more peaceful future. Understanding the roots of violence helps us address its causes in the present. The lessons of Talheim extend beyond archaeology and history, serving as a potent reminder of the fragility of peace. They urge us to reflect on our own times and the importance of fostering harmony. By learning from the mistakes of the past, we can perhaps hope to create a better future for all. The enduring shadow of violence can only be dispelled by the light of understanding and compassion.